was supposed to, you know.
That's too loud.
I know. Hold on one second, okay?
Be quiet.
You know, he plays well, and obviously he did that for his team in the third quarter to really keep him close and keep him in, and that's what we're supposed to do. She is so funny. All right. She is just like this. She's only 2. It's the craziest thing.
Steph Curry's 34 points helped the Warriors rally from 16 points down to take Game 1 against the Rockets. After the game, though, as you saw, Curry was upstaged by his 2-year-old daughter, Riley, at the podium. So, our dear friend, Brian Windhorst, still hanging out with us. You made some very unpopular statements last night. You took the stance that children should not be at the podium. Why is that?
Well, Skip, for one day, I'm going to get more hate mail than you.
I don't know. I haven't spoken yet.
Have you heard this man?
On All-Star Weekend, when you've won the championship, in the mid-season, take your daughter or son to work day.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I think it's great. And look, Riley Curry is adorable. Okay, I agree. But this is now happening, like, in every series, almost every game. It's even happening with losing players. And as a member of the media, even though I know it's cute and it's great for social media, and we ran a montage of it on SportsCenter this morning, and it's probably what people will remember from today.
Yeah.
I understand all of that. But as a member of the media who wants to ask the players about the game in a business setting, which is what that is, it is counterproductive. And it sometimes takes away from being able to ask the questions. And like I said, occasionally I like it. And if the players want to have their children showcased because they are so cute, what I would say is when you come into the game and you get that shot where you're walking in and everybody gets to see your fashion, have your daughter or son's hand that you're bringing them in. Let them dress up and everything like that.
Okay, so I call it model's row. So when they're doing the model walk, their catwalk, so to speak.
That would be a time to
That's when you believe the kids should be, if they really want to showcase their children.
I just think that in this situation, I was at a playoff game this season where it was the first game of round 1, and the losing team, the player brought up his daughter to sit on his lap, and the daughter, you know, is a toddler. She doesn't want to sit there. She's interrupting the question. She's roaming around, and this player just had a losing performance. And we want to ask questions. We want to ask questions of the millionaire who part of his job is to come and answer for his performance. And, you know, he has his kid up there. And I don't want to be callous. I'm speaking as a member of the media who wants to be able to get access to the players in this situation after the game.
It changes the atmosphere when the child is there and you can't ask certain questions.
I absolutely believe that, especially when a losing player does it, which I see more and more. And, you know, look, Steph Curry had an incredible game last night. It was a cute moment. It's not anything about Riley. It's just about the practice. And, you know, and this has been going on for a long time. And last year I was in San Antonio when Tim Duncan brought his kids up after he won the title, and I thought that was appropriate. When you're celebrating a title,
I agree.
It's a family moment. Bring them up when you celebrate the title. But after game 1 of a playoff series, it's very important. It came down to the final minute. I want to be able to ask, as a member of the media who reports to the fans and has responsibilities, as Steph Curry has responsibilities to answer the questions, I would like to be able to ask him a question without having him to watch his daughter toddle around the thing. I'm sorry that's unpopular, but I'm saying that as a media member.
It's unpopular because people are going to leap to the conclusion that you hate children. And I don't think, I know you fairly well, I don't think you hate children. Neither do I. But I agree with your premise. And allow me to say, and I said this in our meeting this morning before I even knew you had tweeted about it. Is that what you did?
He said it on...
Said it on
what is that show?
NBA Tonight.
NBA Tonight,
okay,
yes.
Got it. I thought the same thing last night for slightly different reasons. Let me say first, Riley Curry she is adorable. She did steal that show last night, which is exactly what I didn't want to happen. Now, I'm looking at 2 ways. I'm a journalist for a long time, an old newspaper man just like you are, and I'm a hardcore basketball fan. And I understand that in my travels in this world, the strongest emotion I ever encounter is parents wanting to be proud of and show off their children. There's nothing stronger that I encounter, sometimes irrationally so. They're not thinking the way you're thinking. Steph wants you to see how cute his kid is because he loves this kid and she is the light of his life. I get that. But number one, you have a job to do, as for many years in that setting I did. You're on a deadline. those journalists based certainly on the East Coast, and there are many of those there last night, or at least in the Central Time Zone, they're on a tough deadline. They need their quotes, and they got to run to either feed their sound or their tape or write their stories. They need quick quotes from Steph about what happened in a fascinating conclusion to a game that came down to the last 5 minutes, MVP versus runner-up MVP. And MVP dramatically had just outplayed runner-up, who had James Harden, as we talked about earlier, had 3 late turnovers and a missed 3, while Steph took the game over and made 2 hugely clutch free throws to ice that game. I wanted to hear about it because I'm such a Steph fan. So as a hardcore basketball lover, I'm sitting in my living room watching this live feed, and after a while I'm like, you know, Riley is adorable, but I've seen enough because I'm trying to listen to what Steph's saying, and I can't even follow it because he can't complete a sentence because she's interrupting, or she's crawling under the table because she's 2 years old. What do you expect her to do? Terrible twos, right? And after a while, I have no idea what Steph said, and I badly wanted to hear what he had to say, and it got completely disrupted by little Riley stealing the show. Again, great for him. I'm sure he and his family, mom, dad, wife, they loved it, but it really hurt the process of you getting, or, you know, the journalists getting their quotes from Steph, and me as a basketball fan, Steph's tried to talk about how we wanted it more than, you know, and I'm like, really? Go on. Go. No, then he's stopping. He's looking for Riley. Okay, so I'm with you. I don't hate children. I'm not an ogre, but that's the truth of the moment. And I agree with you. I'm seeing it more and more and more. Now everybody's doing it, and after a while, the NBA is going to have to make a call here at some point because they preserve the sanctity of the postgame. You're obligated to come, right?
It's part of the contract.
It's part of the contract.
I don't even really care about the journalists on deadline because the fans don't care about that.
Yeah, we don't.
It's more like the fans want to see what the player has to say. And
Sure.
You just can't do it. It's a very difficult issue because everybody will be talking about that today.
Yeah.
But Steph Curry could have had some very important quotes that didn't get reported and didn't come out last night. And it really is an issue when it's a losing player, too.
When it's a losing player, more so than a winning player for you.
Because it acts as a misdirection. It makes those of us uncomfortable in the room to ask a very difficult question in front of their
That's a good point.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I think she was adorable. We all do. We agree.
I agree. I think her hair, just like his,
She's mini-me. Meanwhile, Cassidy Hubbard apologized. NBA Tonight, I almost called it Countdown, so that's why I went to make sure I had it right. Apologize. I'm like, what's the show there? Meanwhile, let's talk about the Lakers. They've done it. We're back. We're contenders. We're going to win it all. No, it doesn't say that. We're talking about the Lakers. Brian, sticking around. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
First Take is presented by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. And in part by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Jeannie Buss, Cam Newton, all on this week's episode of Be Honest.
Wow, go ahead, girl.
We're talking about perception.
You go.
Listen, and
Jeannie Buss.
download, subscribe, iTunes, ESPN radio app. Do it today. It's going to be exciting. Meanwhile, speaking of the Lakers and Jeannie Buss, the Lakers moved from the 4th spot to the 2nd, keeping a pick they would have sent to Philadelphia if they fell outside the top 5. Kobe Bryant responded with the following tweet: "We played like crap all season, so it's only right we get the number 2 pick. Ha! Laker luck. Good day." Magic Johnson tweeted the following: "With the number 2 pick, we can get a great big man, add some good free agents this summer, and we will be right back as a contender next season." Resident Laker fan, also a coach. Herm Edwards is back to make the case. Will the Lakers be contenders next season?
They need one more piece, but I do think they will be contenders next year. I don't know if they can win it all, obviously. I would love to see Kobe.
So you do have them make the playoffs?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kobe is not going 3 seasons in a row not making the playoffs. That's unheard of. We've gone 2 years already, and that's not what we're looking for. Last night I was watching the draft, and obviously when the balls were bouncing around, and I saw Byron, and when the Knicks went to 4, you looked at it, he went one of these. He did a wink. I said, "Yes, sir. We're doing good right now." Remember the Lakers used to be in Inglewood?
Yeah, Inglewood.
No, we used to say when they were in Inglewood playing, "It's all good in Inglewood right now." See,
and for
it's
a
all
long
right
time it
now.
was.
Yeah, and you know, I just think when you look at him, you're going to have a healthy Kobe Bryant.
Sure.
Hopefully, he can stay healthy the whole season.
We got Julius.
You're going to get
back.
you're going to get a young a young, energetic player. I don't know who they're going to pick, whatever they decide to do that way.
It's probably Okafor.
Yeah, and then they need to get one more guy, I think.
Okay.
No, but we have Randall. It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
We'll get it.
Julius
We'll get it.
Randle, remember, he played 14 total minutes before he broke his leg
so he couldn't
last year.
play.
So he's a veritable rookie coming back.
But you need one more.
But Jordan Clarkson
Not
came out of
bad.
nowhere
He's
and
really
made the
good.
first-team
He's
all-rookie
really good.
last year.
And the West is tough.
But the problem with
teams in
Kobe
the
is
West.
he's coming off multiple injuries at age 37. He has now played in his career 55,415 minutes.
Yes.
55,415 minutes.
Say that again.
Think about that.
Say that again.
Well, think how many miles he's got on his body. So, you know, to me, as much as I will root for this team next year, because
Yes.
I love Kobe.
Yeah, I want to see him go out winning.
I do too, but make the playoffs in the West, I'm not sure you can do it. I'm just not sure you can pull that off.
We got a $2 bet.
$2.
No.
I'll give you your $2
Time out.
back.
Magic made the point. I bet you we get a good free agent. And
Now that would change lives.
May not be huge.
Maybe that guy that plays for your team.
Kawhi?
No, it's a done deal. It's wrapped.
Jimmy
He
Butler?
will be a Spur.
Options. We got
Come on,
Kawhi. We got
Kawhi.
Jimmy Butler.
Come on
LaMarcus.
home, Kawhi.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Come home,
Listen,
Kawhi.
Come on home.
Oh,
Let him come home.
You don't want to hear about
now if you get Kawhi, then all bets are off.
Then we're
I'm
making
out.
it to the. You're out where? You're a Laker fan?
I'm out west.
You're out west.
You're a Laker fan. We're going to wear one of them yellow jerseys.
You want to be a Laker fan?
Come on.
You know what?
There's
That's hard to do.
I
There's
do.
room.
I used to buy Laker gear. I used to cover all those Magic games,
Yes.
Magic Bird games, and I would buy Laker T-shirts. I like them.
Come on.
Magic right now is silently recruiting. Again,
Yeah.
there's Jimmy, there's LaMarcus, there's
Come on.
Kawhi. Magic working.
Go get 'em.
Working magic.
All good.
Tomorrow on the show, obviously, we'll talk about the playoff games. We'll see you then. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate you joining
My
us.
pleasure. My pleasure.
10 a.m. Eastern right here on ESPN2. Have a great one, everyone.